Let me see. V-hand. There we are. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was at a yoga class and then traffic. So that is on me. I guess I should have planned for, I guess, traffic better, but what can you do? But the good news is I am stretched up. I am feeling very flexible and very good. So that is good for me. Red Scotsman, that is an angle. Oh, there is a story behind this angle. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will tell y'all about this angle. Also, my bad, I forgot to turn on VTS Pog. That is on me. Let me know if the music's too loud for y'all. Trying to hope so. There is a lovely story behind this art, and I am so excited to share it with y'all. So it's a really important angle, and there are fun things about being part of art Twitter, which is like a lovely time. Honestly, it's a good time. You learn a lot. Sorry, I'm just opening up VTS Pog. There we are. Should be good now. Saw this on Twitter? Yeah, Frieren, you probably saw this. This is a very recent thing that has been circled around, and I'll tell it to you in just a second. I just want to say hi to everybody. Hello, Oshio. Happy belated birthday. Tika, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, Raiders. Pleasure to meet all y'all. My name is Honey. I'm late today. I do apologize. I was at a yoga class and there
Fiddle
was
dee
traffic getting
diddle,
back.
fiddle dee dom. I cast atom bomb.
No, not here. Not here. The stream just started, Jasper. I'm not even an art Twitter and I've seen this. If I ever have a statue, I want my head to look like this. Jasper, thank you for the 100 shinies. Let me look at my book real quick. But Jasper, thank you for the 100 shinies. Hope you stretched and limbered up before you played soccer today, young lady. Also, hello, hope you're doing well. Hi! I did play soccer yesterday, and I was extra careful. I didn't pull any muscles, and I got a good workout in. And then today, I did yoga. And so that's pretty healthy. That's pretty good. I signed up for a pass to my rec center, and then just decided to join classes because I need to socialize more. I need to go outside. It's so important. Just remembered yesterday, now today. All good. All good. I feel great after working out. It's wonderful. Boosts the brain. Hey, what's up, B French? And get back into yoga again for the fourth time or so. Here's the thing, Justin. You can always do it whenever you're feeling it. Do whenever you feel like, when you're feeling it. But even if you don't feel like doing it, a lot of the times that is the best time to do exercise. So long as it's no pain, you know? It's good for your brain. Just watch Frieren, so good. Frieren is so good. Here, let me scooch the art so that the credit is there. Because this was made by an artist called SpaceDev1. I believe that's their handle on Twitter as well. But there's a lovely story to go with this, and I think y'all will really like the story when I tell it, you know? But Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Tika. I really appreciate it. Tika, I hope you're doing well. If you had to raid and run, I
I
hope
am
you enjoy
thinking
Hollow
about
Knight.
adding
No
yoga to my
worries.
exercise routine.
Ooh, great idea. Honestly, it's a very nice way to stretch and be flexible. A lot of muscle training, which is neglected, is the stretching aspect. Most people think of like, oh yes, I must focus on these reps. It's like, no. When you get more muscle, you will become more tense and your muscles will be much more stiff. So it's really important to stretch, and doing a yoga class is an excellent way to do that because if you just do it yourself, it's fine sometimes. But having someone else instruct you through a bunch of poses that exercise or stretch your whole body, really great. I'm too flexible, that's the problem. Hypermobility, baby. It's rough. I have a friend who has hypermobility. It is tricky. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah, if I need to socialize more, I do have some online Discord friends, however, so that's a good thing. Yeah, at the very least, you have a Discord. It doesn't fully replace going outside and just talking to people, but it is a good thing to do. Bissell, I got inspired to start sketching my own PNG model. He's a little croc guy, and watching your streams give me fuel. Let's go! Have fun. I hope you're having a good time. But Chojiku, thank you for the resub. Happy 30 months. Welcome on back. 2.5 years of Honey, the talented and hardworking art goblin. Thank you. I always feel bad. You know what? I'll explain this later. But Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Nenoa. And Snail Space, welcome on back. Happy 30 months. That number's doing numbers. 30 months, man.
I lost the first 2 discs of my DDP yoga set somewhere, but I can always do the red hot core.
Hmm.
15 minutes of specialized yoga crunches.
I think there is a YouTube channel. I think it's called like Yoga with Adrian or something. One of my friends showed it to me, and it's very cute. She has her dog wandering about every once in a while, and it's very adorable. But that's a pretty good one for stretching. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Professional Boob Cycler. That's a good one. That's a good one. Honestly. Ukar NPC, happy 38 months. Welcome back. Sweet Anya, happy 39 months. Welcome on back. And Anonymous, thank you for the gift sub to Oshio. Jasper, thank you for pretty much all the redeems, except for Myth. Thank you for the posture check. Let me do that right away. What game hit you on an emotional level and made you cry? Ooh. Undertale. Undertale. That's probably the one that hit really hard. So now when I hear I think it's like Azriel's theme, not Azriel's theme, but like something in Dreaming, I start crying. It just makes me cry. Jasper, thank you for the save. Let me do that real quick. This is a lovely piece. Jedi, thank you for the resub. Happy 46 months. 2 more until 4 years. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is time. Shy Guy, Gaming Guy. Hi, y'all. Hope you're having a good day. If you want, you can call me Shy Guy. Gotcha. Welcome on in, Shy Guy. I hope you're having a great day. I'm sure I'm gonna get to this in just a moment. Don't y'all worry. I'm gonna explain this. For me, it's Fire Emblem Awakening. Oh, okay. Let me do a little air wiggles. A little hydrate and breathe, baby. Any cute Neffy stories? I'm trying to think of. I saw him last week for a little bit, not too long. Mm,
Hopes and Dreams is so peak. Also can't forget
yeah.
Deltarune.
Hopes and dreams. I haven't played Deltarune yet. My brain is just chilling. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for it yet, but that's okay. The design of that Frieren head is so hilarious. But I love this design. Like unironically, this is great. This this design shows that a person is working on their art and is really getting comfortable learning and sharing their work. This is something that is to be celebrated. In a way, it can be seen as goofy, but at the same time, like, this is extremely, like, I don't know if y'all understand how important this art is. It is incredibly important. And Space Dev, the person who drew it, has a great sense of humor about it. And not just sense of humor, but, like, has a great attitude towards this piece of art, and I love seeing it. It is great. Uh but let me do the little breathing. Just gotta make sure. Oh, I gotta post. One sec, one sec. I forgot. I was in a rush. I was late. Wrong one. Let me do this. I wonder if I can do this head angle. I can kind of do this head angle. I am so excited for y'all to eventually see the new rig for myself because it has. I'm very excited because I'm working on it and it's just got like such good angles. I'm very excited for it. And we post that we live and we close social media because I do not want to look at it. Away with ye. Let me see. One sec, I have to post. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. We started like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, we just started. I started an hour late because I had yoga class and then traffic. So that just happens. I have dinner in front of me literally right now. But a little breathe and then I will explain the story behind this. Ah, yes, the meme. I want to try my hand at it's great. accepting that you're gonna be bad when you first start
Greetings
something.
all, I bring you an ancient Chinese joke from the void. Su Dongpo was a famous poet and
Oh yeah, I know
storyteller
this
and had
one.
a priest friend named Fo Yun, and they lived on opposite sides of a river. One day, Dongpo sent
Wait.
Fo Yun his newest poem, with a line saying how even the eight winds could not move him. Fo Yun responded with the word fart. Angered, Dongpo crossed the river and yelled at Fo Yun. Fo Yun responded with the eight winds might not move you, but one fart blew you across the river?
Such a good joke. Well, I remember when I tried doing heads at odd angles, I struggled a lot with getting it right. So I honestly relate a lot with this drawing. This is one of the reasons I love this drawing. Cool, it's the most relatable drawing ever. Yeah, Jeff. So, I saw this picture about 4 days ago, maybe 3. And what happened was, I saw it after it kind of blew up, and the response to the person posting this was extremely wholesome from the art community because it was basically everyone going, this is how I draw the angle. Like this is how you can draw an upward angle. And it was lovely because although some people were memeing on it, for the majority of people and artists that I saw, they all shared their resources of like, yeah, this is how I draw it. This is what resources you can use. This is the reference I use. And it was such a lovely, lovely thing to happen online that eventually it got big enough that it caught the attention of Frieren's English voice actress. And so now Frieren's English voice actress made it her profile picture because she loves it so much. And I think that's really beautiful. But this is a crucial piece of art because I think this really, really, really well, like, demonstrates extremely well how your art will probably look before it looks the way you want. This person very clearly has an idea of what they want. It's just not coming out onto page the way they would like it. And this is great because this person tried to do an angle, shared it, and went, it looks kind of weird. And I was practicing drawing this head in a different angle, and that is really good. If you constantly draw the same angles that you're comfortable with, you're not really going to grow as fast or as well as an artist. Granted, some people are not trying to grow as an artist, some people are just doing this for the joy of it, and that's totally fine. But this is a lovely thing to see because it shows that, like, yes, your art is going to look like this, but this is not bad. This is a good step. This is a good thing that is not to be degraded or told that it's silly or bad. It's like, no, this is really good. It shows that you are trying to do something. It is really great. So this piece of art, like, really is so nice because I did now hear me out. I did absolutely see it and chuckle to myself because I was like, this this piece of art makes me laugh. And at the same time, afterwards, I went, this is really cool because I have gone through this stage before. I have done this. This person is braver than I because they shared it online and were still very positive about it. I am silly and I am self conscious about my art when it's not looking the way I want it to look, which is why a lot of the times I don't post my art. That and just AI scraping in general, that just frustrates me. But I love this piece of art. It is something to be celebrated, you know? So when people have like strange looking PFPs where
Too
the art's a
bad,
little
I'm
wonky, it's
going to grade
still
this
good.
piece regardless of what anyone thinks. A+. No notes.
It's extremely good. I love it. Hey, Bibliobone, hope you're doing well. Jeff, so many people don't want to step out of their comfort zone, and this angle is just about the most uncomfortable. Yes, this angle is such an uncomfortable angle. It's an very extreme angle, which are difficult to draw. I would argue the upward angle is more difficult to draw than the lower angles, by a lot, too. It is not an easy angle to do. The fact that they're attempting this, like, in this way, at this skill level, in my brain is just like, you are going to improve so quickly if you keep this up. It's insane because I stayed within my comfort zone for a long time with art, and then I started to push it, you know? Has become a trend to draw on Blue Sky? Yep, trend to draw on Blue Sky. And I figured it would be fun for me to break down how I do extreme head angles, because it would be a fun experience, honestly, because I can test my abilities to draw and see how far I have come, you know? Also, thank you for the hydrate, Elf. I'm taking another bite. But I just have a little rice bowl with some Korean barbecue marinated tofu and edamame. Oh, sambo, my
Why do
beloved.
Valley girls only hang out in groups of odd numbers? Because they literally can't even.
Not bad one. Sit down. In their defense, it's a very awkward and difficult angle to visualize. Yes, it absolutely is. It is a very hard angle to do. So, I figured, let's walk through how I would do this kind of angle. Now, granted, my way is not the only way. That's why I say specifically this is how I would approach the angle. And I will talk about the ways I approach the angle if I don't have the resources that I'm about to list. Excuse me while I eat. So, if I wanted to draw Frieren at this angle, first thing I would probably do is, like a silly person...
What does a pirate say in the wintertime when he sees a bunch of lumber? Shiver me timbers.
Shiver me timbers. There's no way the Frieren means on the street. It is indeed. It is indeed Hawk Anomaly. But usually, my brain's first response... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. One second. That's what happened. I was like, oh, my tablet. I'm just restarting the driver because my Cintiq pen is not connecting to my screen, which means I might have to restart my computer. Tablet driver not responding. Okay. Unfortunately, let me try one more time. This is fairly normal. It just means I have to start. Nope. Okay. Beautiful. Restarting it 3 times worked. My brain's first response is also usually, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah. I apologize, but I have to go to bed. I have college class tomorrow. I have a good time in class, Elf. Good on you for getting to sleep. Good on you. And Missing Potato, thank you for the resub. Happy 45 months. So, in typical honey fashion, got all getting 2 minutes worth of ads when I joined. You shouldn't have been getting ads. What? I
I
ran
still
ads
remember
before.
the last thing Granddad said before kicking the bucket. You wanna see how far I can kick this bucket?
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But yeah. Also, hi, Julio. Hope you're doing well. Usually what I do is first I will try to draw it by eyeballing it, you know? See what my brain will do. Now, this comes from experience, which is like drawing at this angle. I have practiced this angle before, and this is sort of how it looks. Now, this is kind of the easy way of doing it, where my brain has created a repertoire of what certain angles look like. As a beginning artist, you don't usually have this repertoire yet. So, let me show you how you can build this repertoire if you don't know how to do it. One of the ways, which is really easy, is go through screenshots of the show if their character already exists. And you can try to look for an angle that it matches kind of what you're looking for. Granted, you might not find something exactly the same, and this can help, but might not give you an understanding of why things look like the way they are, but it is a fast way to see something, copy it, and get a shorthand for it and kind of understand in a different way. It's one of the ways you can absolutely learn. Hi, Jingles, welcome in. But if you're drawing, for example, your OC, who doesn't have any reference sheets because you're making one, that's a little trickier. So, if I have no reference to rely on, what I will instead do is I will grab the Asaro head. Now, I'll share this link in chat. All of y'all can look on it. You can use it on most iOS devices because it's just a website, as well as your your computers. I don't know why about that. What about tracing over 3D heads in Blender? Dragonator, you read my mind. That is what I use this Asaro head for. So for those of y'all who don't see, a sorrow head is basically a 3D model of a head. It's static, has no emotion, and it has the planes of a simplified and slightly more complex head on each side. What I do is I find the angle I want for this, take a little screenshot, which I will for y'all right now, and then I use this. Let's take a screenshot of the full page. That way y'all can kind of see what it looks like. Because you can drag the head inside of the page itself, you can see what this angle would be like. Now, the one difficulty I have with this is that I'm not sure which angle to follow, the jaw or the face. So I'm going to kind of go for something in between. Yeah, Shikio, it's a beautiful resource. So, fun fact, the Asaro head is most likely what the animators of Arcane used to not learn to render 3D heads, but like they probably reference that quite a bit. Mostly because if you look at their faces, they're all slightly asymmetrical. They're not symmetrical faces. And they all kind of have those shapes, with the exception of some of the characters. Now, the downside of the Cesaro head is that it is a standard kind of European looking mask character. I don't know if there are femme versions or ones with more button noses, like for black people or for like Asian people. It's a pretty white looking head, so that is one of the downsides of it. But for the case of this, we are going to use it, just because it's the easiest one to use right now. I haven't found any replacements, but yeah. Also, hi, Cunning Coyote. But yeah, so this is a great way of looking at this head angle. Another one is to actually put your head in the position that you want and take a picture of yourself and just reference that. So, what I'll do is I'll put this over here, and I'm going to break it down. Now, you can do this by tracing, or you can do it by drawing next to it. I'm going to show you by tracing and then by drawing next to it. Jeff, you can still use the topology as a reference and extrapolate from there, but you do need to practice that. Yep, absolutely. You can use it as reference, but like there is an element of learning that will actually help you grow as an artist. So let's see. I'm just going to trace the basic shapes. So we have a triangle-esque nose here, the plane here. We have the eye, we have the eyebrow, eye. It's a little lower. Cheekbone here. Now this is the part where that can be a little tricky, is the cheekbone is here, but they're still under the jaw here. You can also have the line for the high points of the face, as well as how they curve, and then you can have the skull. This is a very quick way of, if Frieren has pointed ears like this, this is a very quick way to find the angle you want, but it's not necessarily what you want to finish with, if that makes sense. The upside of this is it's a great reference, but the downside is it can feel a little bit stiff. If I move this, it doesn't really look super artistic. It does look like I just traced over the head. That's fine when you're learning. Honey's minor motor control is insane. Oh, thank you. My minor motor control. The small details. Already forgot to activate it. No worries. Thank you for coming. And thank you for lurking. Did find a Fen presenting head on that side as a lot of mouse. Ooh! I'll have to look for that later. Finally was able to draw a goblin head via a drawing of vaguely oval shape. Yes! That is a fun way of doing it, is the compressing it a little bit for cute goblin-esque shapes. Jeff, that's fine. That's the fine-tuned artist dexterity. My dex. Oh, my dex is so high. My brain went, Mr. Steal your girl with that high dexterity score. You won't even see it coming. But yeah, so one way of doing it is, PCAT has absolutely done this, so I will show y'all. I do an athletics check. Roll. Dropped in arts and craft in Discord. Oh, thank you, Shikio. But yeah, for now, one of the other ways of doing it that kind of helps you to understand what might help is treating the head like a box. So if the head is front facing, it would probably be something like this. You probably wouldn't see the sides. But if you rotate it, maybe let's say 3/4, you can kind of treat the head like this. That allows you to kind of visualize how a head rotating might look. Now, if I were to tilt it up, scooch this a bit more. Pete has explained this way better than I think I could. I'm kind of giving a Cliff's Notes version. Then you're going to tilt the surface up a little bit. Learning how to draw boxes in perspective is really helpful for this. Once you grasp boxes, you can kind of learn to rotate anything you want. The neck is still kind of in the middle of the head, so it's like that. That is one of the ways to kind of think about a head. This isn't necessarily the way to draw it. It can absolutely be one of the ways, but this is kind of how to visualize it, if that makes sense. Delete that. It's just faster to draw it. There we go. And look, thank you for the resub with Prime. Happy 26 months. Welcome back. I noticed despite my lack of commitment and motivation, I noticed that I'm either A, a damn prodigy, only at copying what I'm looking at purely by sight. B, I can draw something small yet incredibly detailed for simple emotional interpretations of emotions in art class in school. Or C, I can barely put a pencil to paper. Art is tough. Some versions of it come easier than others, and it is different for every person. Find what you like and kind of break down why you like it and try to apply that to this new form of art, you know? Default cube Blender has a welcome default cube. Now delete. But yeah, so this is kind of how I would envision the head in my brain. This kind of helps to give you an idea of how to treat the head. Now, if I move it, love Frieren's music. Now I'm going to try to do this with a regular head the way I usually draw it. So we are going to draw a front view, which I usually start with a circle. That's just me. And I'm going to draw the jaw. I'm going to treat the nose as a triangle for now. Add the eyebrows. And a little smile. Real simple. Here are the ears. This is the front view.
Always delete the starting cube, for it is haunted and full of terrors. Then draw head.
I learned recently that the reason you delete the cube is because it has a lot of settings that you don't want in your basic models, which is fascinating, and I'm glad that someone explained it to me that way, because that makes a lot of sense. A little bit of dinner. Draw the cube, go his way. 3/4, we're just going to rotate it a little bit. There's a jaw. Now the head is still a circle, and it kind of stretches out a little bit like this when you draw it. There we go. And now we are going to tilt it up. This default cube adds a new cube, pretty much, yeah. Another way you can see the head here is kind of as like an almost circle. Now we tilt up. This is where the difficult part comes in. Because this one takes a little bit of thought. This one is difficult, and me not doing this for a long time and drawing these kind of angles has given me a lot of experience drawing them. This does take practice. This absolutely does take practice. But it's a good thing to practice. Now, if you remember, there's this little bit of jaw that sticks out here, but it still has the connecting bits. It is not a sharp jawline like this. It can be, but it needs a little something. The volume needs to look the same. So I'm going to add a little bit of shading here that overlaps the skin. It doesn't look too apparent here, but you'll probably see what I'm doing when I draw Frieren doing it. So yeah, this is usually how I would do it. And this is a very good attempt. Genuinely, it's a very good attempt. I'm going to try, we'll see how far I get, to draw the different angles of it. And that'll be my warm-up before we do sketch Skebs. I'm mad at myself for not realizing there was Discord the whole time. It would have been so much easier to catch a stream by getting notice for that. That's okay. It's all good. I might not have announced it as often as I should have. All good. It's pretty chill. It's pretty relaxed. It's mostly for the community to share their art and work. And sometimes I peep into show chat to see what y'all are doing on stream. I was told I would like this stream because the goblin is unhinged. Maybe? Perhaps, sir. Sometimes we are a little strange. But for the most part, we just love talking about art and chilling. What happened to music? Get out of here. Evan Call, get back here. Evan Call. Love Evan Call's music. Red Dragon, thanks for the posture check. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the angle that they drew here, and then I'm going to look at Frieren. That's not Frieren. That's Frieren. I'm going to look at Frieren and use a front angle. Now, there are side angles of Frieren. Let me find an angle of that. Thanks for the breather, Team Aku. Let's see. I'm trying to find an image from the show. This one's not bad. This is a little screenshot from the show. So the fun thing is, if their character you're trying to draw is part of a TV series, especially animated, they will most likely already have a character sheet with a lot of different angles. So let's grab a 3/4 angle. That's one that's pretty close to what we're looking for, but we want to tilt it up. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to draw 3 different versions of the angle. They're going to be roughs. They're not going to be really complex, but I think it's a good one to do. Good for my brain. Well, may I ask, how does one develop their art style? Like, every person I've seen who gives advice gives really helpful advice, but some has never really clicked for me. Absolutely fair. So, there's kind of 2 answers to that question. Shikio, thanks for the ear wiggles. And thank you for the breathe, Aku. So, interestingly, you kind of asked 2 very good questions in one. So, the reason that the helpful advice has never clicked sometimes, some helpful advice clicks, some doesn't, is because everyone learns differently. You ever wonder why some people are really good at drawing backgrounds and some people are really good at drawing characters? That is not because one is born innately better at drawing one than the other. One has just drawn them more, you know? Someone liked this character, someone liked this plant, someone liked this building. So they drew more of that and they got more skilled. A lot of it is practice. I do not, to a certain extent, I will say, I do not think there is such thing as pure talent. I believe there is pursued interest. Now, what does that mean? That means I don't think anyone was born out the womb composing Debussy, you know? It's not something you are born with. It is something that you are really interested in and can focus and hone on into. Some easier than others. But oftentimes, this is not always the case, I find that the people who give the best advice are the ones who really struggled to develop their art skills. Why? If something comes innately to someone, they may just do it without thinking, versus someone who was initially bad at it had to think and had to go, why does this look wrong? Why doesn't this fit? You know? And they had to come up with logical answers of like, oh, because the perspective was wrong. Oh, the anatomy was wrong. The eye was wonky, you know? Stuff like that. And that is one of the reasons why the advice might not be clicking. Also, it may not be what you need right now. The advice you might just be receiving at the wrong time. Perhaps you're receiving it too late when you already learned something. Maybe you're receiving it too early when you haven't quite grasped the first step of that concept yet. There's a lot of reasons advice may or may not click. But it is really, really important to go, okay, even if I don't like this piece of advice or I don't feel it doesn't click, keep it anyways and sort of go, okay, maybe this is for later. Maybe I will find it doesn't work for me. Maybe I'll understand it later, you know? The other thing is, the other half of the question was, how does one develop their art style? Now, you may not like my answer for this, so brace yourself. I do not believe there is really such thing as an art style. Hear me out. In a way, there is not an art style, but there are habits that artists have. So, when you are an artist, you will accumulate many skills and practice. And the small things that you rely on and the foundations that build up your art style, air quotes, will make your art seem more distinct and recognizable. But something that people sometimes forget about is that you will be constantly improving and changing. Sometimes you'll be improving, and sometimes it'll be an art degradation, but you will continually change. Your art style will be in flux forever. The problem with wanting a consistent art style is that sometimes you have to reference your old work and go like, how did I draw this? How did I draw this? Oh gosh. And that's just what happens, you know? Jeff, once you learn rules, you know which ones you're going to break. Yep. Art is partially learning all the rules and then learning how to break them well. Not just how to break them, but how to break them well. You know? Also, Fearload, thank you for the resub. Happy 25 months. Welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. Art is always fun to draw. I can write stories, spent decades trying to draw. I'm not much of a writer, so that's impressive to me. And Anonymous, thank you for the gift of sub to Fracta. But yeah, in terms of how to develop your own art style, the very rough answer is do it. No, it's the answer that everyone hates because it's true and it's hard. The way to get better is to be bad and do it. You don't necessarily have to be bad, but you have to accept that there's an amount of you are going to be bad at this. And that is okay. Writing is easy to pick up, hard to master. Same thing for art. Art is easy to pick up. You can pick it up whenever you're feeling it. But it is difficult to master, not only because the principles can be complex if you're not learning them in a school setting, but you are going to be one of your own worst critics. Or, if you do things right, you can be your best friend. You can be your own hype man. And that will carry you really far. There was a VTuber, I think it was Ebby, shrimp VTuber, who said it so well. I'm pretty sure it was Ebby anyways. But one of the best things you can do to make it is pure delusion. You have to believe that what you are doing is golden. You have to go, oh, I am so good. I did so great. Look at this angle. Look at this brushstroke. Look at this color I chose. Look at this pen and the way I wield it. Like, delude yourself into being your own hype man. I do it constantly. There, because you're already going to be so hard on your own work, it's not going to look the way you want. Talk to yourself about how good of a job you've done. It's really important. What's the Frieren head angle? Long story short, someone was learning how to draw head angles and was like, I tried to draw from a different angle, it looks kind of weird. And then posted it online, and a bunch of artists all came to their help and said, hey, here's how I draw it, and here are the references I use. And so it just took off by storm. Artists were helping this person and sharing all their references. It was a lovely moment. And the English voice actor for Frieren made this her profile picture, which is lovely. I think it is so kind. Here does one learn how does one learn this art form? Once again, delusion. Delude yourself. Not gonna lie, that advice never helped me. I only get worse no matter how I try. That's okay, Jaku. Once again, not everyone's advice is going to be useful and exactly what you need at the time. And that is okay. You may need to find an artist that clicks with you and has gone through similar struggles as you. As with language, you get to lean into the cringe too, not fear failing. Just do the thing, keep at it, you'll figure it out. Yes. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to learn wrong. You are going to learn right. You're going to have a lot of good times and rough times where you doubt yourself. And that's okay. If you are afraid of making mistakes, you will fail. There is no doubt in my mind that if you are afraid of making a mistake, no matter how good the thing you make is, you will never be able to reach your full potential unless you learn to let go. It is so tough. You can still make a really good art piece and be afraid of failure, but you can go so much further when you lean into making mistakes. How do you become a professional hobbyist? Well, buy a name tag that says professional and you got it. Job's done. Pretty much. Professional does imply you get paid for it, but like, how do you become good at this? Is a lot of times I just did it. I found a class and taught me one time, and then I just kept doing it, you know? I don't think I'm afraid of making mistakes, but depending on what it is, trying to be a perfectionist killer. Yes. Perfectionism is kind of a form of fear of failure. Perfectionism is a way of protecting yourself from failure, in my opinion. It will keep you from reaching the heights you desire because you only want to hit the highs. You gotta hit the lows too. You gotta accept the lows, learn from them, move past them. You know? Learn from them is important. Be French. Met the delusion itself. How does one learn this art form? So, be French. There's a common thing that I say whenever I am telling people, how do I get into art? And it is the number one thing I say. It is treat yourself as a baby. You are a baby. When you are starting something, treat yourself as if you were a child learning this. Don't go, oh, I messed up this line. It looks weird. Would you say that to a toddler? Would you go, oh, your line work is scrabbly and unfocused, you know? It's your anatomy's so weird. No. You want to encourage them and go like, oh, cool. Like the sketch, nice. I like the scrappy look. I like the cross hatching. I like how this one line on the eyelash turned out, you know? It is one of the most important things, in my opinion, when you are learning. Because when you grow up in a culture where you're constantly showing the highlights of your life,
one of my mottos in
you don't see
general
the
is there is
lowlights.
beauty in imperfection. Case in point, today's subject exemplifies that very well.
Yep. That is why I love this piece so much. This is someone who is beginning their art journey. They are starting. And it is so cool to see. You never really see art pieces like this anymore. Back in early DeviantArt days and the early internet, people were sharing art like this constantly, and it was lovely. People will make fun of the emo rainbow cats, if that's what they're called. I keep forgetting. That one doesn't stick in my head. But people make fun of them. But without them, the internet is such a boring place of perfectly polished pictures, nothing is allowed to be scrappy or unpolished. Everything must be finished and fully rendered. It's like, no, I miss seeing people grow. I don't want to just see people at their peak. I want to see how they got there. Sometimes it's fun to see a professional at the end of their field going like, yeah, I'm a
What's an
master
emo
blacksmith.
pirate's favorite band? All Tide Low.
All tied low. But yeah, I think sharing the roughness and admiring it and accepting it is such a hard skill to learn because we are very much surrounded and flooded with pictures of people sharing perfect stuff or something that is imperfect but they can turn into something funny, you know? The irony poisoned ones. The ones that are just sharing things like this genuinely are beautiful. I miss it. Even I don't do it very often because I keep art to myself now. It's for me, you know? But I think the world was a little kinder when people like this felt comfortable sharing their art. You can. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me get a little sip in there.
Drink water.
Yep. You're right. Good evening, insert it. I wrote, is there a place where people can post things like whip comics and stuff? I feel like not knowing where to post stuff is what keeps me from trying. So that depends. Are you, Junkbot, if you're talking about the Discord, you can absolutely share things into show chat if you want me to potentially see them. You can share them into Artisan's Table just to share your artwork. If you want feedback, there is also an art feedback channel. Be specific with what you would like feedback on, and you will receive a specific answer from someone in the community or myself if I have time. I've been really busy running around lately, so I do apologize. Constantly running around. But yeah. Right button. In terms of arts and crafts, I know that if I attempt something, I'd be trying to do it for me and not for someone else. If I want to impress someone, I want it to be me. Mm-hmm. Would you and Chad have any advice for someone who may have been burnt out and dropped art, looking to get back into it? Great question, Tons of Fudge. So that is a very, very personal thing, honestly. And I think that requires some nuance. I can give general advice. Uh, but yeah, ultimately it's up to you. But let me think of the burnout solutions that I know. Will, thank you for answering my question. I do greatly appreciate it. Love catching your streams and doing art as I watch. Thank you. But yeah, I guess Tons of Fudge. If you are facing burnout, there's three kinds of burnout that I usually categorize mine in. There is idea burnout, motivation burnout, and execution burnout. So motivation ideas is you just don't have any ideas. You want to draw something, but you don't know what. Excuse me, I burped. And then there's motivation where it's like I have ideas, but I don't want to do them. I'm tired. I feel like I've been grinding out art, but it's not hitting. And then the third one is uh nothing's looking right. Nothing's quite feeling like it's looking right. And that's okay. For the first two, generally I go, take it easy. Your art will be there in a bit. You might just need to rest, you know? The other thing I recommend for those two is if you are, this head angle is not correct. If you are feeling like you're stagnating, ideas or motivation wise, look at an art style that is different than yours, but you want to learn. And then look at books on how to do it. Looking online is fine, but there's something very nice about physical that kind of tricks your brain into thinking it is learning rather than scrolling through art forever. So finding an actual physical book can really help. Going outside, watching a movie, looking at art books of movies, studying film and seeing what you like about it, like the color, the design, the environments, the lighting, stuff like that. That can usually help with the two first burnouts. Sometimes it is you need to rest and refresh yourself. Sometimes you need to stop drawing art. Sometimes you need to do exercise. You may have been neglecting your own personal health, you know? The last one, which is nothing is hitting right. You're not drawing the way you want to, but you have ideas and motivation. is your artistic eye most likely, which is, it's kind of the type of burnout that I'm at, where it's not burnout, it's just a tricky part of where I'm at, is that your artistic eye has gotten stronger than your ability to draw. What does this mean? I will pull up the chart. For those of y'all who know it, the chart. I think it's called the perceived skill chart. Yep, this is it. Copy image. This is the perceived art skill chart. So, it's a bit complicated here. You can read it in your own time if you'd like. Long story short, basically, your skill at making art is the blue, your skill at evaluating and seeing the art is pink. This is when your art skill is really good, meaning your art skill and your ability to see art and what it looks like feels like they are in sync. You feel like what you are doing is of the quality that you can see art. Now, skill at seeing and evaluating art can be influenced by what other art you are comparing your own art to, which is why I do not recommend comparing your art, but learning from other art. It's a very tricky balance, but you got to figure that out and unpack that your beginner art is not going to look like a professional's. That takes time. You have a beautiful digital model. Thank you, Jam Jam. I made it myself. I'm glad you like it. But you may be in this point, really, where what you see, it looks better than what you are able to produce. And that's because this graph is constantly doing this. It's constantly going up and down, but it is consistently going up in a semi-linear fashion. Just generally, there's a linear progression here. But if you keep following it, you are going to find that your art skill doesn't quite match what you perceive as good art. And sometimes what you perceive as good art does match your art skill. The art highs and lows are really, really tricky. You don't usually feel when your art skill is low, or your art skill is lower than, no, your perceived eye is lower than your art skill. Jeez. But you will feel it when it is the opposite, when your eye can see better than your arm can draw. That is tricky, because really the answer is just to rest and chill and to be really nice to yourself. That is the best response. What do you mean? I should always look like a professional. Forever. First try. No. No, it should not. But yeah. There we go. All right. We've got the 3 head angles. This is almost correct. This ear needs to be right here. We're going to flip it. Yep. Okay. This one's my favorite. Just saying it right now. But we're gonna flesh out the 3 of them. Make it a little bigger. All right, time to draw Miss Frieren. I am just going to sketch these. I am not going to clean them up too much because I do want to do a couple 15-minute skebs. I'm going to try to do 2. We're going to see how that goes. Wheel. I love getting to the point where my art gets better and my art sights are equal. It's because it's like my art is glorious and I'm cooking so damn hard. Yeah. When you're really feeling good about it, it's wonderful. It feels so, so good. Everything feels great. The stars are aligning and your brain's like, oh, I'm the greatest. And then when it's the art lows you, you're like, what am I doing with my life? And it is extremely frustrating to get your confidence back up if you really brute force it, you know? So my recommendation is not to brute force it. Do not brute force your art skill, because that can lead to worse burnout. You do not want worse burnout. Advanced burnout sucks quite a bit, let me tell you. And normally, advanced burnout happens when you try to force art to come out when you are not really ready. So, be nice. All right, let's fix this. Discord, thanks for the resub with Prime. After 41 months, welcome back. Hello, honey. What in the world is up there? This is another starting out artist's attempt at drawing Frieren at this angle. They posted this on Reddit, and I believe their name is Space Dev One. And they went, I don't know how to draw this. I tried drawing Frieren from a different angle. It looks kind of weird. And a bunch of
Realizing I gave
artists.
myself advanced burnout this past summer.
Yeah. It's rough. Also, thank you for the save for your work, Zindale. Yeah, trying to force yourself to get better does not work. It is so tough because of the society we live in. It's like, oh, we have to force ourselves through it to get things done, and it's like, nope, you actually have to rest. You have to rest, otherwise your body will choose when to rest for you. Either you choose it early when your body needs it, or your body and mind will do it for you, and it will be way longer and right when you don't need it. So do it early. I know. You know what? I like Jeff's analogy better. Johnny has to shed the exoskeleton once in a while like a lobster. That's kind of like with art styles, honestly. Sorry, my keyboard's kind of. That's a good Jakku. All good. All right. So we're gonna draw these three head angles. Let's do a white layer. Now, I haven't drawn Frieren before, but I will say drawing anime style characters is easier than drawing a lot of Western styles. It has different challenges, don't get me wrong, but if you break down the shapes, it is a lot simpler. The nose is simple, the mouth is simple. The eyes can be very complex though, so keep that in mind. And the hair is a lot more detailed than a lot of Western shows. So that's kind of the different trade offs there. Drawing head angles is hard. It's intimidating. Should call her Free Rent? Free Rent. No, her name is Frieren. Frieren. The sweet mage, we love her. Ow. I think it's less about the shapes, more about proportion. Proportion is very important when you are learning how to draw. Frieren kind of has these perpetually calm eyes. She's always kind of calm looking. I don't think I've ever seen Frieren panicked. You can try to add your ears to the angle? I'll add her ears, yeah. Absolutely.
Off topic, but guess whose manager told them that the managers are allowed to misgender and dead name them? This girl.
What the week? No, no, they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't be allowed to do that. There we go. Friend's got a little collar there. I'm not going to draw too much of the color or collar. I'm just going to draw Frieren herself. She's always got like the eyelids here. Frieren's hair. She's got the bangs up here. Same manager, nobody wants to work. Yeah, really. Managers will. Managers can be rough sometimes. I'm gonna scooch these a little bit. There we go. I'll never follow advice of do what your idol will do because I will end up on the 27th club. Yeah, that's rough. I think idolizing people is not a good idea. Like, do not idolize people because what they do in a given situation will not always be able to apply to your life, you know? That's really important thing to consider. Everyone lives under different circumstances. So you don't know what your idol will do in that situation. But you can think of what you would like to do. What would make you proud? That was facing the music. Am I got an idol of people? Totally not ritualistic purposes. I mean, I guess it's not illegal. Frieren. This isn't too bad. Definitely a hard angle to do, but not like impossible. It's definitely one that I could use work on. But this is why this is kind of an exercise for me. I just like Frieren's earrings. I think they're neat. Gotta get a little. Wait, let's do. I'm listening to the Frieren soundtrack right now. That previous one was Evolution of Magic. It's a good song. Oh, dinner's so good. One sec. I'm gonna take another bite. So I am hungry. Might have seconds later. Jackie started smoking so I can deepen my voice. I'm not sure, man. But on the phone at work, I'm still getting confused by a woman. Confused as a woman? Dang. Now I have a nicotine addiction. That's rough, bud. I'm munching on a rice bowl with barbecue marinated tofu, edamame, pickled cucumber, and sambal. Sambal. One of my favorite things. It's really good. I like it a lot. Comber. Comber milk. Thank you for the resub. Happy 9 months. Happy 9 months. Goblin. Congrats on your stream, baby. Happy 9 months. I'm not sure what's worse, the low or high voice. I'm in middle school. In middle school, I was constantly confused for a guy in his 30s because my voice was just naturally deep. I think they're just different. Yeah. You're very cool. Mm-mm-mm. Give me an idea for a tiny cryptic character. How about a character that steals your toilet paper in the middle of the night, so you never know what's coming? Truly one of the evilest cryptids. There we go. Dinner done. Digital tools to the rescue. This angle is hard. You're much too much stick in hearing you saying a thing and then going, "You're the thing." They see it coming. They see what your stick is. They know. They know what's next. There we go. Have the bangs show on this side. Dang, this angle is hard. I think that reads as Frieren. This eye looks a little off. That's okay. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's a good exercise for me. Good practice. Getting the vibe, might draw something. Oh yeah? Draw, Jeff. Draw as your heart desires. Alright, last one. This is a less extreme angle. Honestly, I like these two. These are good studies. Hey, Mike, what's up? I'm just drawing. Think about that Willem Dafoe meme now. There's a lot of Willem Dafoe memes. What? Alright, thank you for the 5 shinies. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Frieren has like strangely small and yet round eyes. It's neat. They're like calm and soft at the same time. She's not phased by things because she's grown and learned so much. Nightshade marker makers, thanks for the posture check. And Oliver, thanks for the breathe redeem. She didn't see her whole village die. That's true. But that was at the beginning of her story. We're now at kind of like the one of the end points, where it's just like she is grown and changed a lot. She still seems tiny to me. She, emotional growth, you know? She's kind of an elf, so she's stuck in kind of what she looks like for a long time, but that's alright. There we go. Upward angles are so hard to get right.
The dentist said your teeth are falling out. What floss are you using? I said, candy floss.
That explains a lot. That explains a lot, honestly. Good joke. Good joke. Well done. Well played. Alright, let's have a little bit of Frieren's hair sticking out here. These are all like, this is like we have Frieren at home kind of vibes, but good for the exercise. Alright, let's do a little grayscale hatching. There's my pen. Too big. Good. Scooch this over so we can see a little clearer. There we go. We're getting 3 angles. In the original, it seems her chin is too small and not aligned with her face. Her face isn't facing the same direction as her head. Yeah, it's just a practice thing. The person is learning. I want to foster and encourage that. Yeah, I figured this is a good opportunity to show you how I handle angles that are difficult. So there's a lot of different upwards angles, and the direction of the chin and the face can contradict each other. So that's what can make it look a little strange. Yeah, this is pretty much how I would draw these head angles. Any questions? Let's ridicule the person and their poor attempt. This is a joke. Indeed. We must encourage them. Does anyone know a cyberpunk anime? I already watched Cyberpunk, Ghost in the Shell, and Cowboy Bebop. Batman Unlimited? Or Batman Beyond, maybe? I think that's the one with, like, the new Batman where old Batman's an old man. That's a pretty good one. But yeah, check this out. We did a little Frieren art today, baby. Good stuff. Good stuff. Batman Beyond isn't an anime? That's fair. Batman Beyond is not an anime, but it is a cyberpunk that I find very interesting. Batman Beyond, good show. Mm-hmm. Very good show. Y'all want to see my little D&D character while we're chilling out? Oh, Lost is my favorite. I haven't seen that. But yeah, check it out. This is my current D&D character. I did a bunch of sketches the other day, and this is how far we've gotten. Honey, what would your favorite animal to wild shape into? Bird would be pretty sick. That's what this druid is doing. His name is Callum Stedman, and he is a druid. So I am gonna have him wild shape into a bunch of birds, which is very fun. Jeff, there's Akira, and you get to see the scene all the animators like to pay homage to. Yep, there's the motorbike scene. You could absolutely do that. The current fella is a skeleton cleric. Ooh, that's a fun concept. Like the middle top one. The one where he's aura farming and spreading his legs? Yeah. Yeah, I like that one too. It's a good one. Honey, can we watch Outlaw Star? I have it on Blu-ray. Maybe if I have time. Oh, could be fun. Could be fun to watch a movie. But it could also be fun to do art. Like the bottom over the shoulder smug smirk on the upper left. The smug, like, I see you. I see you. Bottom left one is so expressive. I love it. Thank you. The bottom left is a very nice smiling one. I do really like him mogging or mewing, whichever you call it. I'm still trying to understand the difference between mogging and mewing, but this is a personal favorite of mine. So smug, I love him. My characters are really fun to draw smug. Like smug and dramatic. I love a dramatic bitch. They're fun. Mewing is with the cat. The most referenced shot in all animation comes from 5 words in the script. Kanenda slides to a stop. I haven't watched Akira. We got a smug, honey? That's just me. That's just what I look like. I'm just smug the whole time. Always. I also watched The Animatrix. Better than The Matrix Saga. Ah, really? The Animatrix, I've seen a little bit of it, and it looks really cool. Honey, smug IRL confirmed. You're so right. You're so right, Jeff. I do love this, like, little, mildly, like, disgust-looking fella. I think this one is a fun one. This one is just aura farming. I'm gonna have his druid staff right there. Little guy, happiness, a little chill, sit down, peeking and seeing something he shouldn't have. And then we have more disgust. And then this is one of his spells he can do, which is a firehawk. And then these two, I think y'all have seen these two. They're good. How many poses is this? That's 5. 5. Oh, dang, that's 10 poses. That's a lot of art. That's a lot of art. Alrighty. So, since we have done the art we wish to do, which is Frieren's head in different angles, honestly, I really like these bottom two. This one's not quite far enough, in my opinion. I could have pushed it more, but these two, I love when the nose extrudes the silhouette of the face. So nice. So nice. Like the one with him licking his lips. There's one where he's licking his lips? Which one's that one? Oh, this one? I guess that could be licking his lips, yeah. You're right. Kind of gives me Vanitas. Vanitas. Oh, yeah, from that anime, the Book of Vanitas or something. These ones are pretty good. These are pretty great. I'm very proud of these. I'm very excited to color them. I still haven't decided the color this tiefling is going to be, but the pose and the vibe is there, so that's good. I think it'd be funny if we got a gif of Honey doing the cat breakdance. I think we do. We already got that. I think it's this one. I'm animating an FNF Shucks animation while watching random streams right now. Have fun animating is hard. Good luck. I think you should try doing a JoJo pose. I do love JoJo poses because they are like just really dramatic fashion poses. I do like that. I'm stuck with 400 detailed frames. I'm so sorry. Good luck. Don't go crazy. Orange tiefling, they give orange cat energy vibes. True. But I don't know if I want to do an orange tiefling. Orange is a tricky color to make a color palette with, I find, unless you are having more reds and yellows and oranges. But I want something a little earthy because he's an earth druid. But also fiery could work. Like a red druid with orange highlights could work. Still figuring it out. I got time. I got time till the campaign starts. I can imagine this guy trying to lean on his shepherd's crook and falling over. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Jeff, that is the vibe I am going for. That is the vibe I am going for. Perfect. Red, thank you for the earwiggles. And Mike, thank you for the hydrate. I don't know if I did it earlier, but I'll take a sip. He's giving purple boy. He is giving purple boy. That's the thing, is I'm gonna have to look up tiefling colors and see what I like. Because people have different styles of drawing tieflings. Some people draw flat colors, some have gradients. I like the gradient look. I think that looks cool. But I gotta figure out what colors I want then, you know? He falls asleep and the crook snaps. No, that isn't staff. He needs it. He needs it. But since we are coming to around the end of the stream and we have finished our Frieren art, let's try a couple Skeb commissions. These are good for cooldown and good for my brain to relax. I love drawing stuff like this, but sometimes I need prompts. So, once again, I will explain it to y'all. I can see him trying to be flirty, but failing and failing, like leans. Oh gosh! Leans on the bar to flirt with someone and somehow misses the bar and just face plants. Oh, that could be funny. Hi, Sheila. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, Raiders. How is Helldivers 2? What were y'all up to? Also, welcome in. My name is Honey. It's a pleasure to meet all y'all. Not the free run looking up. I'm doing the free run looking up, baby. I was just showing everybody how I would draw this upward angle, if anyone wanted to know. And this is pretty much it. Shimmy Scout Party. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope y'all are having a lovely day. Oh there, nice to meet you, honey. How's the day so far? The day is going pretty good. I have been drawing Frieren's face at this sort of angle. Chilling. We're just about to transition to the next part of the stream, which is some very rapid $15 sketch skebs that Chad is able to apply for real fast. But yeah, we're taking it easy and chilling. Yeah, I love that meme's caught on. Yeah, I absolutely love this meme. I love it because this art inspires me a lot. It is so wonderful to see beginning artists sharing their art and us being able to see someone in their stages of growth. I miss the days where you could post a picture that was not fully finished or a picture that is not fully polished and enjoy it. You know, go like, oh, this is good. This is lovely. Someone is doing their darnest and open to learning. And then the art community comes and goes like, hey, here's my references if you're curious. This is how I would draw it. It's really nice. Shikio, thank you for this save your work. Let me save this real quick. And Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Haichilua. Thank you very much. Hell diving on the bots. Good luck spilling oil, baby. I haven't played Helldivers, but I've heard it is really, really good. And the fact that there is friendly fire on makes it the perfect game to play with the homies. It is so good. Thank you, Helldiving was lots of fun. I'm glad! Also, if you got a raid and run, absolutely no worries. You get something to eat and take care of yourself, but you are more than welcome to hang out as long as you please. I'll probably stream for another 40-ish minutes. I want to do a couple of sketches to cool down a little bit, and then call it an evening. I did start stream late, unfortunately, because I was in traffic from a yoga class. Also did some battlefielding earlier too. Oh, Battlefield, huh? Dang. They're all FPSs, right? I'm not very good at first-person shooters. I'm actually quite bad at it. My sense of direction is awful. Helldivers is fantastic. I also highly recommend a Deep Rock Collect. I've heard that. That's the one with dwarves, right? Where dwarves are mining? Radical. I died a lot in the crossfire between friendlies. That's the funniest part. You can do it with the homies and then come back and be really upset. Rock and Stone? Yeah, Rock and Stone. Okay. Hi, Zeech. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Pretty tired, so I'll be raiding and lurking here soon. No worries. You do what you gotta do. Thank you for trusting me with your community. I really appreciate it. Hope to catch you some more sometime, though. Thank you. Thank you very much. For Carl, Rock and Stone, it never gets old. Can I get a rock and a stone? The neuron is activated. I see I have started something. Shikio, my friend has learned to stop asking, think this game has friendly fire? Every time he asks. I turn and shoot him in the face, instantly test it out. Like, no thought, just shoot. That is the funniest bit, Shikio. You should do that. Good job. Good job keeping the bit going. Cyber just finished a session of Night and had to stop playing. I kept teaming up with randos, kept quitting mid-match. Oh, that's rude. Listen, if you get stuck in a match with someone you don't like, finish it and leave at the earliest convenience. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You can go like, sorry, doesn't work out. Leave. All good. Rich for Carl. That's it, lads. Rock and stone. Now we know. Now we know. There's a Spaceballs reference in Deep Rock Galactic. Really? Just throwing this out there as a recommendation. Look up the saga of the Fortress of Boat, murdered from Dwarf Fortress. We're rich, we're rich. I have never played this game before, but I know of it, and it seems the fan base is quite into it and quite enthusiastic, and I do like that. I think that's great. I hear Rocket Stone. It goes begins again. It keeps going. But yeah, so welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Honey. I'm a goblin, as you can see. I mostly do art and play FromSoft games or Metroidvanias. And I rigged, designed, and drew my own model. So, welcome. We're doing art. If it ain't rockin' stone, it ain't coming. Dopamine go brr. You can feel it. It reactivates the brain. But, yeah. What I was going to do as a cooldown was offer the usual $15
I remember when a
Skebs.
friend said I wish that FPS were more realistic, and I said then you will die on the first bullet that hits you.
Yeah. Yeah. I have played games like that. Some of my friends have maybe played games like that, and it is frustratingly hard. It is so difficult. But Brandon, yes, I did have a barmaid outfit when I first started out. It has evolved a little bit into a bit more of a different sort of outfit, but don't worry. We'll be going into a different outfit and genre soon enough. Soon enough. But yeah, so I wanted to explain this for people who don't know what this is, but for those of you who do and have been here for the past week, I want to give this a try. Absolutely no worries. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'll just draw my little guys. That's how this goes. I miss Tavern Maid Huddy. Some part of me does miss her too. She was pretty fun. That outfit was pretty cute. But there we go. Welcome in. So, what $15 Skebs are is I will turn on a redeem, and someone in chat gets to redeem the redeem, and I draw their OC.
Rock and stone,
$15.
boys. We gotta kill them nasty bugs so we can mine that ore.
Never thought I'd witness a live stream featuring Honey. Cheers. Welcome on in. Tavern Maid 2.0? Perhaps. Perhaps. But for now, let me show an example of what a sketch would look like. Sketches would probably look something like this, or this is the previous one that we had. This was Jasper's OC. So Jasper sent me references through the Discord or just a image link to my mods and paid $15, and I do a little sketch commission of Jasper's character. But yippee! Fingers on the buttons. But yeah, just a reminder of if you get the redeem does need you to input a information. So a lot of the times, people when they press the redeem just put one letter and go, huh, huh. And then it happens. But yeah, and then you send $15 through my Ko-fi, and then I draw your OC just in a sketch kind of style like this. Be sure to have your reference ready if you do decide to press the button. If you don't have it today, that's okay. I will do this another stream. Maybe not next stream, but it's probably Saturday. I would like to make this like a regular fun Saturday thing. It's good for my brain. Tavern Maid has evolved to Tavern Bartender. The bar is my domain. I mostly eat the olives. Jester, no I didn't. That can't be proven. No way. No way. Is that the Jasper Dawn? Is that the Jasper Dawn? What if my reference is hastily scribbled but good-hearted MS Paint drawing? Absolutely works, Fluffy. That is completely acceptable. The one thing I would ask is, if it is really, actually, no, that works. The only thing I will say is no AI generated images for your reference or your
If
character.
you
Not
already
only is
got
it,
one, please do not redeem it again.
yes, I would also recommend, if you have already gotten one, please give other people an opportunity to get one. Absolutely, thank you so much. And I think once I get faster at this, I'll be able to do more people's. But I just wanted to make that clear. I do one at a time. My hope is to do two tonight. So, without further ado, wasn't it set for each person to only redeem one per period? It's once per stream. So it does reset after the stream. So just for the sake of letting everyone have a turn, if you have already received a comm, just for now, please do not redeem it. I do appreciate it. At least give people like a second to click it. And if no one clicks it, you can go like, well, don't mind if I do, you know? But yeah. Yeah, I can't figure out what the fuck I'm going for anyway. Maybe it's good since I tried and failed to get it right. That's okay. Well, I am going to open it up. I will just go 3, 2, 1, go. And it will be open. Keep in mind there is a stream delay, so just keep an eye on the redeems. Once again, a reminder that I do not start it until you send the $15 through the Ko-fi link. I will send it after the redeem is set. So don't worry, we'll walk through the process. Alrighty. What am I? My brain. My brain, what is she doing? Please, honey. Please focus. 3, 2, 1, penguins. Not yet. Not yet. Alrighty. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Oh, wow. Alright, looks like Meta got it. Peak art. Thank you. This is Jasper's OC. It is beautiful. Actual hacking. This one's for Johnny. That's the same letter I used. Don't worry, I'll do another one for tonight. I do them one at a time, just so there's no overload of the queue and it's a reasonable amount for me to do. Alrighty, since I know that y'all are in the Discord, feel free to put it into show chat since it will be shared either way. But yeah. Alright, here. I'll let Johnny take it from here. Alright, sounds good, Meta. I have no problem with someone who has not redeemed it before going, I wanted to get it, but I want to give it to this other person. I have no problem with that. So, alright, Johnny, let's go. Coffee. There we are. That is not the There we go. There's the Ko-fi link. Gnoffy. Gnoffy. But yeah, no worries, Johnny. Take your time. In the meantime, I will just be drawing a little bit of my guy. Oh, I did such a good job with these Frieren angles. If you put in $15 on the website, will it automatically turn to 15 American or will it try to pay in our local currency? So that is a great question. It is 15 USD. I believe you can choose the currency when you pay it. If not, I can always let you know, but that is definitely something to look up for Ko-fi. Because I'm pretty sure you have to choose the currency before you pay. That's one of those tricky things. I'm not a no-fi. I'm not a no-fi. I'm gnome. I'm gonna grab the picture stuff I showed you the way back to show chat. Yeah, no worries. If you want to reply to that and just use it, feel free. That is all good. That works. I love Freeren's music. What else? While I go ahead and grab my card info. No worries. I'm just gonna draw my silly little tiefling. My silly little fella. Look at him. Oh, it's too thin. There we are. Love this little guy. I still need to work on this pose. Something about the line of action is very unclear. It could be a lot stronger. But Paofumi, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Have you ever been a DM, honey? So no, Zindel, I've never been a DM. Mostly because I don't think I am skilled enough. Now, granted, DMing is a skill that you can learn through practice, but I am extremely self-conscious and have had performance anxiety for most of my life. The fact that I have gotten comfortable enough to do streaming is quite impressive, honestly. I'm pretty happy about that. Pafumi, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. It allows me to keep doing this. Thank you. But yeah, being a DM is an incredible skill that I do not have, but I very much appreciate. What I usually do is I get turned into the archivist of my group, where I write down what happens in the campaign with a lot of detail, and I draw people's characters because I just find it fun to draw people's characters. I love, one of my favorite things is seeing my OC and other people's OCs in a singular style. So done by a singular artist. It's very cool. Hakanali, what's a DM, honey? So a DM is a dungeon master. In D&D, that is the person who runs the campaign, who does all the roles and kind of controls the narrative and guides the players into the scenarios that allow for, D&D. It is a very tricky thing to do, and I personally do not have the skills to do it, but I appreciate those who do and use it very wisely. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. I love drawing hands. It's fun. You're picking up sibling from work? Have a good one, Jasper. Yeah. Drive safe, okay? No! What do you mean, no, Jasper? What do you mean you're not going to do that?
I cast my PS4 just lost internet for the 5th time tonight.
Oh. That's rough, buddy. That's rough, buddy. Really saw it was a corny pickup line joke. I was waiting for a punchline and then I got a serious answer by Honeygob. Oh. I take things very literally, unfortunately. That's just my brain. No, I hate hands, but they're so important to a pose. They tell you so much about a character and what they do with them. Are the characters rough and calloused? Do they have hard-working hands? It's important to know. It tells you about their character. Twitch also seems a bit jittery, but that might be just my internet going through the weather event. That's true, that could be it. Twitch, please. Please, I beg of thee. Please. I think I'm using a different pen. That's fine. Whatever. Done grocery shopping, bye. Take it easy, Leon. Get some good groceries in ya.
An elderly, but hardy cattleman from Texas once told a young female neighbor if she wanted to live a long life, the secret was to sprinkle a pinch of gunpowder on her oatmeal each morning. She did this religiously and lived to the age of 103. She left behind 14 children, 30 grandchildren, 21 great-grandchildren, 5 great-great-grandchildren and a 40-foot hole where the crematorium used to be.
That's okay. 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 In the same way they say break a leg is good luck, I get a horrible fairy crash. No! No! Be safe! Alright, looks like I have the references. Beautiful. Alrighty, let me grab the reference real quick. Just grabbing the reference. Alrighty. Ah, Lulu and Kande, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. How was your stream? Let's see, what were y'all up to? Let's grab these, because these are pit crews. So I'm going to include these pit crews. Alrighty. For the sake of ease, I'm just gonna have it open on my other page. Oh gosh. Mama Flush, hey! Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. How was your stream? Why are seals so funny? Great question. I don't know. The combination of cute, perhaps, and scary. Hi, long time. How's you? I'm doing good. It's good to see you. If I'm not mistaken, do you have a new PNG model or a new a new I believe it's possum model? If I'm not mistaken, I think I've seen that, but I don't know if I've got it wrong. So do correct me. You got some art tags? Feel free to share. Absolutely, yeah. If you were doing art and you want to share it, feel free to send a link to one of my mods. Absolutely no worries if it's a work in progress or if you'd like to keep it private, that is also fine. But welcome on in, raiders. My name is Honey. It's a pleasure to meet all y'all. No, I'm using my old PNG too for my coworkers. Oh, gotcha. That was the one. But yeah, welcome on in, raiders. Today we were drawing pretty much the Frieren head angle. I was showing all the different ones. But right now I am drawing a character for one of the people who redeemed a $15 sketch scub of their character. I'm going to leave the reference off stream because there's a lot of stuff to reference and it's all much more compact and easier to see on my opposite screen. But for now, let's admire this. Mods, which may I send links to? Meta is there. Mithrandir is there, as well as I believe Johnny is there right now. But yes, they would be the one to send it to. Yes, Mithrandir. Yeah, okay, perfect. All three. Yippee! Thank you very much for your patience. I appreciate it. But yeah, for now, let's do the little rough here. Little head dangle. This music is nice. Dang. The circle, yes. Dust circle. Let me take a little sip. Cynic, thank you for the breather, team.
The reason Honey doesn't punch rude people is because she knows it will hurt more if she lets me do it.
Yeah. But also, Lulu and Kandai, thank you for the raid as well. I hope you had a lovely stream. Questioning, how detailed would your reference need to be for the sketch? Would a description suffice or need to be a picture of sorts? I would highly recommend Hedger, a description would be nice, but if you have reference images such as what kind of hairstyle the character has, what kind of face shape, if there's a celebrity that your character looks like, or even a fictional character that your character looks like. I can combine those elements into a character that does not exist yet. Meta, gotta put them in stream monitor chat. Thank you, Meta. I do appreciate that. But yeah, I kind of went over how to make a reference sheet over here. This one. Nope, this one. This, I don't remember what that one is. One sec. What is this one? That is nothing. Okay. I was like, this better not be anything I need to worry about. Here we go. Put that here. This is kind of what a character reference sheet needs. I'll turn off this little note here. This is kind of what a reference sheet can look like. Where it's like a list of the character's name, traits, pictures of the person that he looks like, the outfit, the inspirations. This is kind of what a character reference sheet can look like if you don't have one that's set up yet. Let me pull up Momo's art real quick. Ooh, this looks good. Dang, Momo's art's so good. Momo's art is extremely good. Like, check this out. Don't mind me needing to resize this. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Momo's rendering is so beautiful. And the anatomy and the sharpness of the lines. This is good. Momo's now still learning. Listen, we're all still learning. But doesn't mean your art's any I don't know, any bad or anything. Like, it's really good. Think of it this way, you're still learning and this is where you're at now. That's good. That's real good. Look at that. Love how you textured the hair being pulled back. As well as the curves of I struggle with these sort of stray hairs. They look so pretty. I just don't know how to do them. But like, oh, also you're getting a really grainy version on my screen, so if you want to see the art, do check out Momo's streams. Momo's art is beautiful. Here's another one. If you need convincing, Momo's anatomy is extremely good. That's just a white screen. One sec. I made the canvas really small here. Look at that anatomy. Look at that. Look at those fingers. Look at those. Look at that. If you're gonna get some late dinner, you get your dinner. Look at Momo's art. This looks so good. This is also a very tricky angle to do, having the foreshortening of the leg while also having like the change of angle with the torso. The torso is kind of tilted towards the camera, but still needs to have foreshortening and be shown. It's a tricky angle to do. But the fingers! Look at that! Look at those fingers! That's so good! Anyway, Momo's art is excellent. Momo also has the line art of the other piece right here. Ooh, this is nice. This is very nice. What? I'm curious, what brush do you use? Because this is a very nice brush. It could be a combination of brushes, but like this is a really nice brush. It looks like is it a Lullish brush? Because I think it's Lowish. Lowish has really soft art like this. It was on Procreate. Let me double check. No worries. You take your time, but like, highly recommend y'all check out Momo's art because Momo's art is really good. Do give it a look. Genuinely, it is really, really good. Look at that. Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's a good one. Oh, get it out of the Frieren layer. There we go. She does not miss. Momo do not. Level soft. It's called soft PS19, and I also use the Jing Sketch Soft Round Brush. Ooh, okay. And you use Procreate. Wow. So do you stream with your iPad,
Once I
Momo?
tried to recreate a Todd McFarlane Spider-Man pose, I went to the hospital due to a arm injury.
Sorry, that I drink some water. That's that's pretty cool. You you tried a Spider-Man pose. I'm sorry you went to the hospital, but you must have looked real cool while you were doing it. You know? Do use an app and send it to my PC and then show it. Technology, man. I just use CS Paint. It's already on my computer. It's already on my computer. I know it. Alrighty, let's see. I'm just doing Johnny's character right now. Let's get the loose sketch out. And use CS Paint. I'm gonna be so for real. I do not use it like someone who knows all of the tips and tricks. Like one of my favorite things to use is the default brush. And that's okay. That is all right. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, by the way, the payment went through good. Yes, it did, Johnny. Thank you for that. Yeah. My spider scene wasn't working well that day. Sorry, Jocko. But yeah, you're good, Johnny. I'm just looking at the reference right now. It's all laid out for me, and so I'm like, okay, how am I gonna do this? Let's actually do a old pose that I haven't done in forever. Nice chill character is Johnny's character. We're working on upward angles today, so smaller here. There we are. I'm just pulling up the angle right now. There we are. I'll show you all the reference image. The Frieren trend. Yeah, I literally just did that. Ta-da! I just did the Frieren trend before stream as warm up. And right now we're doing little cooldowns. This is too big of a picture. I keep forgetting I made the canvas small here. But a nice little chill pose like this, I think could be fun to do. I haven't done a... I'm so used to not hiding my character's hands now that I'm like, no, hiding hands, that's bad. It's like, no, no, no. Sometimes the pose demands that you not hide the hands. I like that a lot. Good, I'm glad. Star's too fun. Love the free run. I love the free run art. The free run art is very fun to do. So we have the shoulders. We have this. Very chill. Just getting the anatomy down. We have the bone here. And then gotta have foreshortening on the arm. What an interesting... This muscle is always very interesting with how it connects here. So the fun thing is, even if you don't have a reference sheet, like an official one of your character, that does not necessarily mean you can't make commissions. Like, you can't have a reference sheet ready for commissions. All it is if you have a collage of the character's vibes, small pieces of the character with, like, the hairstyle and the stuff you want in it, a lot of the times an artist can suss out, like, okay, is this kind of what you're looking for? Granted, unless you go to a specific character designer, you're probably gonna have a little bit of harder time commissioning like artwork that is completely on model, but it is doesn't mean that you can't get something from the artist here. I know you're using the same avatar, but damn, you're so gorgeous. Thank you. Wish I could stare at you during the entire stream, but I need to rest. See you next time. Good night, Andre. You get some sleep. No worries, I'll be back on Friday. Johnny, thank God for that fact. Yeah, some artists won't do it if there's no reference, but it is not a deal breaker for a lot of artists, you know. Especially if you're going to someone who has character design experience and is like, okay, I can either do a skeb or I can do a character design sheet and then the skeb. So if you communicate with the artist there, they can often help you out. That is not the erase brush. There we go. That's the erase brush. When I get the money too and the luck at the button, I think I have a character that'd be fun. I don't have a lot of OCs with art, but I do have an old TTRPG character I really enjoyed. Ooh, that could be fun. The fun thing is, like, it doesn't necessarily even have to be your character. I can draw fan art of pre-existing characters too. The one that's a tricky gray area is like if it's someone else's character, such as like an online personas. Like if you wanted me to do a fan art of Iron Mouse or another VTuber, that's fine. That's acceptable. It's when it's just like I don't know. There's always a weird element of like sometimes people commission uh art of other people's OCs without their permission. And it's like that can be an uncomfortable and difficult situation. So I generally try to stay away from that. But if you're like, yeah, I would like to commission an art piece of a VTuber I know as a treat, and it's like that's nice. I think that's fine because they're a kind of public facing persona. The other one is like if you want me to draw a character from Silk Song, it's like yeah, absolutely, that's a pre-existing IP. Finally catching you live. Welcome in, Chalbu. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. And John, thank you for the resub. Happy 25 months. Welcome on back. All right, time to do the cleanup because I think I pretty much got this down. Drawing people relaxing can be strangely difficult. So I'm curious to see how I do this. Do I want to use a dry gouache brush? Make it a little smaller. No, not at this size. This one might be better. Yeah, it's smoother. Okay, good. Slight adjustment here. There we go. That looks a bit better. There's VTuber I maybe commission art for now that you mention it. Do I do that or my character when it's my turn? Depends. It's the luck of the draw and what you're feeling at the time. So do what you feel. You have to art of my friend's OCs, but I don't know if I do that to a random person. Yeah, it's always tricky when it's like this is my friend and this is a random person, you know? Is it still fan art if you're not actually a fan of the original? That is an interesting question. I don't know. I don't know what that would count as, huh? Let me see the reference real quick. This character's got like a nice chill smile. Actually is a better pen because the sensitivity's a little off today in my pen. That's fine. So yeah, every line's a little straight. The pen pressure's a little strange. That's fine. We work with the tools we're given. This is also a sketchcom, so there we are. Parody fan? Maybe. A hater? Would that be like a hater? I have so much headcanon for a D&D OC. Ooh. It would still be the art fans could enjoy, so I think it'd be fan art. If someone who hates a series makes art of the series they hate, is that still fan art? That's actually a very interesting almost philosophical question and to a certain extent. What? What? Maybe I won't do that. It's a paradox, right? What's with this Frieren head angle meme? I see a lot of pieces recently. Well, so the Frieren, I'll give you a little context. This is the original art piece. It was done by someone called, let me, Space Dev 1. They said I practiced drawing faces in a different angle, but it looks kind of weird. And so they ended up with this and posted it online. Now, what happened was a lot of artists came to this person's aid and went, here, this is how I draw head angles. So I explained how I draw head angles and what I would do in this situation. And it is such a wonderful piece of art. It's circulated so much online, and the English voice actor for Frieren has made it her profile picture, which I think is very, very sweet. It's very, very cool. But yeah, so basically that's what I spent the beginning of the stream doing. And right now, I'm just doing a little sketch skip. I see, thanks for the explanation. No worries. Thanks for asking. But yeah, it was a very, very kind moment where you got to see people on the internet being very, very cool and supportive, which I think is really important to aspiring artists. Because we're already our harshest critic. We don't need more people to keep doing that, you know? Let me get the reference up. Sorry, I'm looking at the reference on another page because it's easier to see on this layout. This screen is so small. Alrighty. Thanks again for the Skeb Honey M and I love the goons. Ah, thank you, Johnny. You're too kind. I hope y'all are having a good one, and I hope this is feeling good. Me drawing your OC. I like drawing other people's OCs. It sometimes it is very nice to draw other people's characters because it takes the pressure of design off of me, and all I have to do is worry about making it look on model. There is a joy in that. Gonna fanboy like crazy and explodes after stream. Let's see, the sleeves are kind of like a tracksuit as far as I can tell. The fabric of a tracksuit kind of pulls like this, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit of this. Let's see, sleeve comes up like that and then curves. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Let's grab this, tilt it a little bit. There we go. Drawing your own character is stressful. Sometimes drawing your own character is very stressful, and so it's nice when other people do it. Not gonna lie, it can be very, very... It can make you feel relieved when that happens. I return with Beast Trigger. Oh, Beast Trigger sounds good. Thank you, Jasper, for the 100 shinies.
Today I have chosen violence. I cast 9th level fireball.
Why? Why? Why ninth level? Why so high? Make a flare. I used to draw my character the most, but now that I've got her design something I like, I draw my friend's character instead. Hmm. I like drawing my friend's characters. There is something nice about, especially in a D&D setting, I love to draw my characters and my friends' characters interacting. I just think it's so much fun. And the nice thing is, it doesn't have to be colored. I don't have to color it, which saves me so much time. And I'm very happy with it. Let me see. Warlock, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. How was your stream? What were y'all up to? Also, every spell slot from 3rd level onwards for Fireball. Why would you do this? Oh, how was Half-Life 2? Every spell slot 3rd level is for Fireball. That's so much. That's so much, though. All right, let me do the features on a separate layer. Half-Life 2 was oddly chill. It was chill, really. How goes the art? Goes pretty good. I did the Frieren meme earlier. We had a lovely time drawing this head angle. It was quite fun. And now I am just drawing Johnny's OC as a Skeb right now. Don't forget to reload Dr. Freeman. Like your model reminds me of Big Hero 6. Really? I wonder why that is. Gorgeous, love it. Thank you. But yeah, I'm just drawing Johnny's OC and I'm trying to get the features. Let's see. Gotta rotate this a little bit for my brain. Good stuff.
As we all know, if you rearrange the letters of Hopeless, you get Peace Losh, and if you rearrange the letters of Mailmen, you get kicked out of the post office.
That's a pretty good one. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Well played, well played. Well done. Golden rope. There we are. This character has very chill vibes, and so we're feeding into that. In Half-Life 2, I did a Raven home and the car section where you run over ant lions. Those sections went by real quick. Huh. Is that chill? Is that chill for you? Then again, I guess you said it was oddly chill. Wrong layer. This is why I make them by opacity. I love art. Art's wonderful. Thank you for the save, Oliver. Let me do that real quick. There we are. When you played the game multiple times and know what's coming, it's gonna be pretty relaxed. Oh, okay. Indestructible doom buggy with a gun stapled to it. That's what it sounds like. I got a whole text file filled with corny dad jokes. You're gonna be loaded with them. You're gonna know all of them. And Red, thank you for the earwiggles. Let's see. I think I can make this look even more chill.
Did you hear about the guy who invented lifesavers? They say he made a mint.
Okay. Yeah, that one is alright. That was pretty good. Let me check out the music real quick. I think I need a slight change in vibe. But what is this song? Asagawa coming out. Interesting. There we go. Eye direction needs to be adjusted slightly. Because right now it's a little too far over.
My grandfather had the heart of a lion and a lifetime ban from the zoo.
But rightfully so. That makes sense. Chiller. Chiller. There we go. More chill. I got a dip for the night. Wish you nothing but the best. Also, hide a tiny hornet somewhere. Thank you, Warlock. I might. We shall see. But you take it easy, Warlock. Get some sleep. Good night. I hope you sleep well. And thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Oop. I think I told my favorite joke here before, but no idea if anyone remembers it. Maybe? Perhaps? More chill. More chill.
What did the student say when the art teacher asked her why she was staring at an empty piece of paper? I'm drawing a blank.
Okay. Alright, that one's not bad. That one's not too bad. Art jokes do hit nicely. Zindel, thank you for the hydrate. Let's joke from me for the love it. Gandhi was known for walking hundreds of miles barefoot. Over time, he developed incredibly thick calluses on his feet, stronger than the soles of many boots. He also ate lightly and fasted often, which left him frail and gave him chronically bad breath. And you know what that made him? A supercallous, fragile, mystic hex by halitosis. Alright, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know scientists tried to cross cheetah and crab genes? I'm worried because this could go sideways real fast.
Yeah, okay, that was a pretty good one too. Reset this one. There we go. Back with a nice cup of beef ramen. Oh, beef ramen. That sounds good. Are we doing puns? A little bit. Only a little as a treat.
Hey honey. While my
Thank
phone may be a pixel, there isn't a resolution in the world that can capture your beauty.
you. What? I accidentally made smug. But thank you very much. It's very kind of you. How many bikers should I take tomorrow? I don't know. What do you mean take? What do you mean how many bikers should you take? Mouth is a little too high and smug. Let's chill, so. Yeah, that's a nice chill smile.
Okay, here's a nice one. I cast.
Mm-hmm.
Snugly wrapped in cozy blankets with hot cocoa on a lovely winter day.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one, Jasper. Pair of jumper cables walk into a bar and a bartender says, I'll serve you, but I don't start anything. Are Snuggies still made to this day? Probably. Probably. Just a little smug, though. A little bit. A little smug. Let's see. clean that up a little bit. Yeah. All right. Next up is the hair. Perfect. Then I got the ears to do. Let's see.
Based on a study made by the Canadian Institute of Incomplete Researches, 9 in 10 people.
9. Okay, I understand that now. It took me a second. You have a Vader Snuggie? Ooh. That sounds like it could be comfy, honestly. Let's do the hair. Let's also do the ears. Kind of like that. They're little tendrils. Think they look like that? We can leave it like that for now. It's gonna be covered by the hair a little bit. Just wanted to make sure I got it. Oh, I got Shinigami. Good song. How did the ancient Scottish artists lose their job? They get depicted. Speaking of art, honey, did you see the thing? Just making sure everyone got theirs before the big picture. The thing. Is there something in show chat? There are some good Frieren pictures in there. Oh,
I
Outlaw
saw on the news that a man is going around stealing the wheels off of police vehicles. They are now working tirelessly to find him.
That's pretty good. Alright, that's pretty good. Yeah, yeah. Oh, gosh. Runner, thank you for the 5 shinies. Have you ever done Gunpla or model kits? I've done Legos. Is that the same thing? Or is that different? Ah, cha, 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 cha. Close enough? Close enough. I want to use a different brush for this. Like it was just simple gunpla. All right, slightly different, but I'll allow it. Love the way this is coming along. I'm a huge fan. Me too. I'm liking the angle. Just gotta do the hair. They call a horny dinosaur. Maybe I shouldn't. Road, thank you for the breather, Dean. I'm glad you're liking this, Johnny. That's very important when I draw people's OCs. Let's see. Let me adjust the angle of this a little bit. There we go. I gotta move this line over a little bit. It's a little too close to there. Doesn't make sense. There we go. That makes a little more sense. After an unsuccessful harvest, why did the farmer decide to try a career in music? Because he had a ton of sick beats. Okay, that's pretty good. Slightly down. Yeah.
What's the best invention in the past 100 years? I think it's the dry erase board. Because it's remarkable.
That's pretty good. There's a lot of good inventions. I will say there's a lot of good inventions. Probably soap. I don't know. That's not the last 100 years though. That's been around for thousands of years. What's a good one? Because like my first thing was like birth control, and that is true. It is one of the best inventions ever. Uh, but probably anything that relates to like proper sanitization, because proper sanitization is so important to health. Can openers are a cool invention. I'll give you that one. Toilet paper is a nice one, but I can see it being replaced by like bidets, which are a little more ecologically friendly. I don't have a bidet, but it'd be nice to try one. AC is a cool invention. Yep. Penicillin's a really cool one. Yep. Antibiotics. Those are good. I think I took too long drawing this. Won't really have time for a second one because we're getting on the a bit late side, and I do have a class tomorrow. Just an exercise class. Trying to get out more. You teach an exercise class? No. I'm just started going to exercise classes because I've been inside my house too much and I need to socialize and go outside. So I go to a rec center for exercise. It's good for me. It's nice to interact with people, honestly. But yeah, my rec center had a very affordable membership program, and I was like, let me try it out for a month, see how it goes. You can pay me to socialize IRL. I think it's a good thing to do. Even if it feels like it can be scary, humans are social creatures. We do need to socialize in order to have good mental health. I can draw a little bit of the hair back here. So it would show up a little bit behind the chair. All right, so let's clean this up a little bit. Hair. There we go. I think I can move the jaw up slightly. Yep, it's that one. There we go. And now the little bit of shade to emphasize the angle. You can pay me to go out and socialize IRL. Probably won't be the best socialization, but I'll take the money and just read things on a street corner or something. Getting out of the house is important. Spend too much time alone. Try putting stuff out there. Promptly remembered why I spend time alone. I think what might help, if you are looking to get back in there, out there, is to set your expectations small. Don't necessarily go outside with the intention of like finding a partner or a friend group. Go outside, go to like a rec center or a library, and just sign up for a class of something. I think finding a shared activity with people can be really good, whether you become friends afterwards or not. Just talking to someone else about something as kind of boring as the weather, where they're from, what they're doing in the class is good for us. Ideally, we'd all have a community that can support all of us, but if not, that's okay. Small steps are important. Getting paid to talk to people? That sounds like my job already. Some people's jobs are like that, yeah. Get a little shading here. Whoop. There's also a little pattern that this character has, so I'm going to try to mimic it a little bit. Oh, this Utada and Kenji do it. So good. It's very good, Moa. I love this song. I wasn't expecting to like it the first time I listened to it because I was like, ooh, this doesn't seem like my kind of vibe. But I did listen to it and was like, oh, okay. Okay. I get it. I get it. Got a little pattern here. Alrighty. Let's see. Unbelievable. I got some bad news. You're acting cute and I gotta sit here and deal with it, and that's just unfair. So sorry. So sorry you're suffering right now. I don't know what to do about it. Alice Anarchy, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, Raiders. I hope your stream was good. This is Anarchy Manifest. Welcome on in. Let's see. Oh, you were doing art. What were y'all up to? Right button. Life's too short. Make sure to waste it having pointless discussions over the internet with people you will never see in your life. I don't know if that's the best lesson to learn from that. I don't know if that's the best way to do that. But welcome on in, Raiders. Zindel, thank you for the posture check. How are y'all doing? How was your stream? Oh, got any art text? Feel free to absolutely. If you have any art you would like to share, feel free to share a link with one of the mods. Would love to see it on stream. If not, that is absolutely okay. No worries. We were drawing traditionally for a donathon we were up to. Oh, nice. Traditionally, it's pencil and paper, or is it like oils, watercolors, markers? What kind of vibe were y'all up to? Because that sounds like fun, honestly. I've done that once or twice, and the lack of an undo button can make things difficult. I'm just drawing an OC for Johnny, a little OC art. Right now I'm adding a little extra definition because the character has some extra features that are hard to depict without color, but we'll do it anyways. Pencil and paper. Help. It was so much fun. Help. I don't miss the undo button at all. I do. Anarchy, no. No. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you're going through it. But welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Honey. It's a pleasure to meet all y'all. I mostly draw and play Metroidvanias. And I drew and rigged and designed my own model myself. So welcome in. Oh, I forgot to mention, my model commissions are open. If you do exclamation point comms, you will see that I am open for design, illustration, and rigging. So if you're looking for models, I love your models so much. You're so cute. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. It's very kind of you. But yeah, what we were drawing before this is we were drawing the Frieren meme, where I was like, here's how I would do the upward head angles. Put that link in my pocket. They're open until December 1st, and then I'm going to raise my prices afterwards. So get them while they're cheaper, I guess. Do I whisper a link to a mod? Yeah, absolutely. There is Meta Fallout, Mithrandir, and Johnny the Third is also there. So feel free to send it their way. Anonymous, thank you for the gift sub to Atlas. And Zindel, thanks again for the posture check. Oh, good stretch. Oh. Johnny cubed. Oh, I guess it is cubed, yeah. Squared is 2, cubed is 3. What is it for 4 and upwards? I think it's just the power of then. To commission you for a live GD, I just want to make sure I have all the funds ready. Absolutely, Cyber. I think that is the best way to do it, is if you are not sure you can afford it, that is absolutely okay. There are multiple tiers of models depending on the complexity you would like. And if you have an even smaller budget, we can always discuss like, here are your options. Because I do not want someone going into financial trouble for a model. I think it makes me nervous when someone's like, yeah, I don't know if I can afford you. And I'm like, don't worry about it then. Don't worry. My comms will open up in the future. It's okay. And if not, I can do my best to redirect you to someone who is more affordable, because there are many skilled artists and riggers who I'm sure would be more than happy to help you out. Usually it's just initiated to the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Ah, okay. But yeah, I love this face. Oh yes, another piece of art we did. I did this off stream, but this is my not this one. This is my current D&D character. His name is Callum, and he's a tiefling druid. Only support others if it's within your means. Yes. Do what is best for you to live comfortably and safely. It is very important. Help when you can, give when you would like and can, but not at the risk of your own financial security. You know? Handsome dude. He is quite handsome. I do like this one. This one is just aura farming the pose. I think it's great. Very, very fun. Thank you, TrueRef, for the good reference pictures. He is just mewing. He is just mewing or mogging. And honestly, he has the face of someone who should be way more afraid than he is. We love him. Man, you know what? He is man-spreading. He is absolutely man-spreading. Look at that. Legs open to the world. Thank you, Johnny.
Is it weird to say that I find some women very handsome?
Not at all. This art is so good. Sorry, I gotta show y'all Atlas's art. One sec. Sorry for the crunch that I'm putting it through. But ooh! Oh, this looks great! Love this. She got a cleaver. I love that the pop of color is just in the hair and the skin tone. That is a lovely way to draw attention to the face. It's very, very good. Having the rest be black or this, like, not quite white, but gray-ish, as far as I can tell, allows for the rest of the color to be in the face, and that is lovely. My text wasn't from this stream, but last stream, it's my OC. All good. I love looking at other people's art. This posture is extremely good, too. Sorry, I'm just admiring it. The asymmetry in the legs is so nice. Just a little tilt with one of the feet. Very good. Take your love, my girl. I can see why. Good taste. Fallon, thank you for the 250 shinies. This VR Goblin bits, I say thank you. But also, Atlas, thank you so much for sharing. This is great. Love it, honestly. Very good stuff. I love art. I love when artists share their art. I just think it's really cool. But yeah, if you got a raid and run, absolutely no worries. You take care of yourself. Good luck with your donathon. I hope it is going really good and you're resting and taking care of yourself. But yeah, you're more than welcome to hang out for as long as you please. I'll probably stream for another 10-ish minutes. I do have to eat a second dinner because I ate dinner quite late, but I'm still hungry. But yeah, Jasper, thank you for the 100 shinies and the hydrate. Let's go. But once again, if y'all want to see some good art, I love Atlas's sketches. I love the way that Atlas's line art turns out. It's just so nice. My brain can't quite grab it. I can't grab it yet. Nothing wrong with second dinner. So, fun fact, I'm actually trying to put on weight right now. Need to run for a shower, but I'll leave my lurk. Thank you for the kind welcome and donathon's going well. Don't worry, I'm resting. Excellent. I'm so glad. Thank you for coming over, Atlas. Oh, but yeah, new dinner unlocked. Second dinner.
I cast
But yeah.
hype train for the cute gob. Everyone smother this beautiful gob with love bits and subs. Responsibly.
Thank you, Jasper. Yes, responsibly. Highly agree. But yeah. Currently I'm trying to put on a little bit of weight because of the stress of the past couple years. When I get stressed, I lose a lot of weight. I don't eat enough, I don't exercise enough, but I just lose a lot of weight. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get into healthier habits, and since I am exercising, it's helping my appetite. But that does mean that I have to keep eating more so that I can keep my strength up and not just burned through it all, you know? I'm trying to put on muscle and healthy weight. Because right now I'm not too thin, but I would like to be a little stronger right now. But yeah. So I'm gonna eat a second dinner after this. There we go. That's the color I wanted. Smart, smart. Yeah. One of the ways apparently to do that is to like eat more meals. Not just like bigger meals, just more meals, which I don't think that's too bad of an idea. I just gotta do that. Doing a little gradient
Have
on
you
the
tried second
ears.
breakfast? Maybe elevensies?
Second breakfast? 11sies? A little bit more of a blur. Yeah, a little gradient on the ears I think could help with it. So very much in love with this design. Ooh, oh, I'm glad. I am going to add a little something extra because I feel like this will help distinguish it. Because this character has two different colors of hair, I'm going to add a second layer just for hair because I think that'll help to distinguish it well. I'm also not going to do a second $15 sketch because I took too long with this one, and that is okay. Part of this is learning how to increase my speed, and today was a little bit of slower art day. Some days are just going to be like that, and I gotta learn to be okay with it, you know? But on Saturday, I would like to do this again. Hopefully the whole stream will be that, and I'll be able to do 3. Part of it is also like the streamer debuff, where it's like, I'm distracted by what's going on in chat, and trying to talk at the same time, which is not bad. It just means that I do work slower when I am working on stream, which is why you don't usually see me doing too much of like my model work on stream. It does happen occasionally, but not all the time. Let's see, a little bit behind there. Got some nice shading there. That'll go behind. There we go. Just gotta double check. Is there anything I've missed, Johnny, with this? That is one of the things if a client doesn't have a super defined character sheet, you got to make sure to ask and be like, yeah, I did this. Is there anything else that I have missed that is potentially key to the character's vibe? Because if it's not there, you got to communicate about it, you know? Or if I didn't draw it, I got to communicate about it. There we go. Potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. I rewatched Lord of the Rings recently. That was pretty fun. Also, Ivy, thank you for the 100 shinies. I appreciate it. Because you had super simple cross necklace. Absolutely. That was in the reference sheet. Thank you for pointing it out. Let's see. Let's put it on the features
I
page.
cast. Cake.
Cake. Ooh, cake. Cake would be nice. All right, let's add a little cross necklace. That arm is a little crooked. Let me fix that. Can't believe Jasper polymorphed honey into a cake. I wanted to eat a cake, not be a cake. And then what I'll do to distinguish it, first I'll flip this because the perspective I think might work better this way. Yeah, it fits a little better here. And then I'm gonna grab this. and make it a little bit more gray, so it's a bit more of a silver chain. Does it have to be fancy at all? I just forgot to mention it. It's
The
my
word
only and most
Q
favorite
is
accessories.
ironic. It's just Q with a bunch of silent letters waiting in line.
It is, huh? That's kind of what it is if you think about it. But yeah, excellent. Anything else, Johnny, while I'm at it? Because I think otherwise I can pretty much call this done. I missed one thing, but that's okay. That is not the right color. There we go. Nope, that's all I need. I want. Excellent, Johnny. This is a very nice chill pose. I'm quite happy with this. Very pleased with the chill pose, and it came out pretty good. Alrighty, let me send this to Johnny. Since Johnny's in the Discord, very easy to send. Let me export this with the line art. Export single layer. Let's put this as. Okay. Okay. And then one without this. File duplicate PNG. On 2. Excellent. You know what? This turned out pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with this. Hold back squeals and excitement of unparalleled proportions. I'm glad. I'm very glad. And even if this is not where your OC ends their vibe and their look, that is okay. Just look at my OC, myself. I have gone through quite a few changes, and that is okay. Let's see. I'll use this till I die. I hope you keep it and enjoy it at least. You don't gotta hold on to it forever. But there you are. I will post it in the show chat for you all to see too, because I think it's fun to share work. Thank you, Meta, for being so kind and gifting it to Johnny. I do appreciate that. And Johnny, thank you for trusting with your OC. I appreciate it so much. It's very, very generous of you to let me draw your OC. That sounds very strange to say, but it takes a lot of trust. And I'm very, very thankful when people are like, "Yeah, I want you to draw my OC." I'm like, "No, that's a lot of responsibility and trust you have in me. Thank you very much." Can't thank you enough, Meta. I already got you to draw me already. That's true. I did draw Meta, and honestly, that was a pretty good drawing. I'm pretty proud of that one too. But heck yeah. Sweet cake. I'm getting a DQ ice cream cake for my birthday on Friday. Ice cream cake. Ooh, that sounds good. Frieren head dangle. Jasper, thank you for the gifted sub to Rebecca Roni. Rebecca Woney. That's a cute name, genuinely. Good name. I'm keeping it as my PFP for a long time. That's a big compliment. Also, I will say, no worries if you change it quickly too. That is okay. If it's your PFP for even a little moment, that is quite nice. But if you just enjoy it in the moment, that is just as good. Jasper, that's supposed to be anonymous? I see you. I see you, Jasper. Didn't do jack. You can't prove nothing. Can't prove nothing. Except Jasper's OC. Honestly, this is a good drawing for Jasper's OC too. I did good with that one. I like this one. I'm kind of experimenting with pens and seeing what I like. I think this brush for the hair is nice. This one is a nice like straight mechanical pencil feel. This one's a little bit of a more transparent brushy feel. We're kind of rediscovering how I like to draw. Rebecca Roney, I do not see it. I see nothing. When you're doing PayPal, when you're doing a PayPal exchange with a client, it's just I do not see your dead name. I do not see it. Not for me. Legitimately though. Doppelganger, thank you for the breathe redeem. Me and Johnny shaking hands. I want to get rid of my dead name so bad. Fair. Fair and real. So what you can do is you can depending on what you use your PayPal for, because I have a business PayPal, it allows me to not send my information, or at least my name, so that does tend to help. It also doesn't look suspicious when a client is paying me because I'm like, this is a business transaction, you know? So that does help. Look into if it is something you would like to do for PayPal at
I
least.
cast. Feeling comfortable in your own body and having a
Oh,
warm sense of self-love.
heaven. Especially after today with my manager telling me she's dead. Honestly, that the audacity. She's just rude. That's incredibly rude. Here's the messed up thing. Sorry to get heated about this at so late an hour when I'm about to wrap up stream. But like you know for a fact that if someone changed their last name because they got married, they would have no problem. Like the ability to adjust to someone's name is there. People know. Like they know how to do it. It's just the fact that they refuse to do it, which is just disrespectful. But I'm so sorry you're going through that, Meta. Like I don't know if there's so much you can complain to, or like if you would even want to, if it's something you don't bring attention to at your work. Like I'm so sorry you're going through it. That sounds really rough. I said we eat the manager. Disgusting. Not even good enough to eat. Her excuse was, it's policy. Shut up. Nuh-uh. It's not policy to be rude. Jeez. Even though it's illegal, it's a shame. That I wonder if there's like trans law groups that you could reach out to. But yeah, it's so rough. I'm so sorry. I'm really proud of like these bottom two. Oh, initially I liked this one, but like looking at this now, I'm like these two are actually really good. I like these angles. They're quite nice. Also thinking about my boy, thinking about this little guy. Ooh, he's so charming. He's so silly and goofy, and I'm so excited to roleplay as him because he's not always silly. But I like to have silly moments that are appropriate for the tone. Femboy? No, no, no. This is not a femboy. This is, I guess, just a boy. I'm just roleplaying a guy. I think this is the first masked character I'll be playing, which is going to be very fun. I'm very
Also, how
excited
many
for it.
parents don't want to give away the name of their kid while prego, so they have placeholder name and people can easily switch to the actual name.
Yep, genuinely. Some parents change their kids' names after they're born, and then people adjust. It's just like, somehow it's just changing your own name irks people, and I'm like, no, that if anything, that shouldn't irk you at all. That should be better. But anyway, smug and handsome. That's the vibe. We want this smug and dashing little druid to capture everyone's hearts, and then I'll crush him. My DM has pointed out to me that my habit for characters is I will create a character that doesn't really have trauma and then give it to them. Some people are like, "Oh, I have a horrid backstory. I have this so much trauma. I've lost so many loved ones. I'm on a quest for revenge." And meanwhile, my character will be so normal and be like, "I'm just here having a good time. I wanted a little adventure." And then they'll get trauma. Remove scan on get legal status, changing my name. Good idea. Farmer Boy having his Farmer Boy moments. Oh yeah. Farmer Boy having his fun, fruity little Farmer Boy moments. And then I just crush him like a olive. Trump will come later. Exactly. What is this music? Oh, it's a track compilation. That's why I was like, why are there so many songs at once? I was looking for one song. Oh, good little stretch. Get Jane Doe out here. She's got a big storm coming. Indeed. Indeed. Also, howdy, Razor. How's it going? How y'all doing? Pleasure to meet y'all and just realized I was part of Atlas's raid too. Welcome on in. I hope you had a lovely time. I am wrapping up stream because it's getting late for me and I want to eat my second dinner so I can get those gains I'm hoping to keep. DM, you don't have trauma? You will. That's pretty much it. My DM was like, I'm gonna kill this farmer boy as a joke. And I was like, really? I just made him. We haven't even had a session 1 yet. And he was like, his shug aura mocks me. Nah, he was just joking around. It was funny. Bulk maxing. Not maxing, just a little bit of gains. Not again, Jane Doe. I love Jane Doe. I listened to it again. I will snap this boy like a Kit Kat. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm writing a whole book for my D&D character the past year. Ooh. That's good then. It means you have a lot of character, you know, and ideas for them. But yeah. Oh, so excited to play this little guy. This is just a nice one. I just did a good job drawing that. All good. I've seen you before from your YouTube channel, and you're such a delight to see, draw, and listen to. Oh, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. I'm glad you think. I'm glad you have a good time while you're here. What's his name? His name is Callum Stedman. He's a tiefling druid. I haven't figured out his color palette yet, which is why it's all grayscaled. But time will tell. I will get there.
Thank you so much again for everything today, honey and Meta.
Aww.
You all like made my month and junk FRFR. Are you gonna share stories your character has when his adventure begins?
I am. I'm gonna share character moments and perhaps stories. Maybe not all of them, but some highlights perhaps could be fun. Sword King. I know it's a bad first chat, but bro, I hate when reincarnation animes stop what the title is immediately. Reincarnated as a goblin, next episode they're an orc. The false advertising of the name, yes indeed. That can be a little annoying with like reincarnation isekai. Which is why I like just fantasy. Frieren is not an isekai. Witch Hat, not an isekai. Dorohedoro, not really an isekai. They're all good. They're all really good. Dungeon Meshi, not an isekai. They're all... Actually, I think they're all written by women now that I think about it. They're just good. I like them. But I'm so glad that it made you happy, Johnny. Thank you very, very much for calming me. I appreciate it. Oh, love Dorohedoro. I think Dorohedoro season 2 is coming out, which I am so pumped for. I really hope that they have fun with it. But I think there's only probably 1 season's worth left of Dorohedoro left. Maybe 2. Keep forgetting I need to scope out Witch Hat Atelier. Highly recommend Witch Hat. But if you're like me and you get a suggestion, your brain goes like, I'll do it later, and then never does it. So just do it in your own time. I really like it. Yeah, I gotta finish the manga before it comes out. I don't know if... Yeah, Dorohedoro's finished. Witch Hat is not. As far as I know, and Frieren is not finished yet. But I'm excited. When I make an anime, I'm keeping my character from being humanoid in the slightest. He's gonna be a creature. Or they're gonna be a creature, I should say. Love Dorohedoro, read the manga, and I'd say at least 2 more seasons. Maybe I'm forgetting some of the middle parts. But I do remember liking Dorohedoro quite a bit. I think there's only... They went through the first season pretty quickly. They got through a lot in the first season, so... But maybe it'll be 2 more seasons. Who knows? Johnny, it's my pleasure entirely to do that. I would have killed for an opportunity like this. Thank you. Hi, Cool Gamer. Doing good. I'm chilling. Loving staring at these Frieren headpieces. And just taking it easy and chilling. We're just about to wrap up because I would like to have my second dinner. But we're just gonna take it easy. Nobbler rate. You know what? That's a good one. Love how that Frieren post is taken off with so many art types I follow sharing their expertise and perspectives. Yeah, this one was a fun one to do. I explained my art process and how I usually draw it, and it is and how I learned how to learn, you know? Jasper, thank you for the Earwiggles posture check. And after that, we will raid because I do have someone we can visit today. Little posture check. I need to sleep. Thanks for the stream, honey. Have a great night. No worries. I will be streaming Friday at 6 p.m. PDT or PST now, or 9 p.m. EST. I'm gonna try to get home on time because I'm gonna be babysitting my nephew. So we're gonna see how that goes. Because if he doesn't nap, I have to make sure he naps. But yeah, we're gonna take it real easy. Thank y'all so much for coming today. Let's go say hi to Demon Queen Vivi. Vivi is currently working on some art right now. I think she is, yep, she is drawing her next model, which is, I believe, a moth. Sorry, Douglas. I will see you on Friday if you're there. But yeah,
One more
we're
for
going to
the
be
road.
chilling.
I
Oh, yes.
cast. Wonderful night and restful sleep for all. Especially for honey, or I'll fill her shoes with Cool Whip.
What the heck? Johnny, thanks so much for staying, honey. I'm going to explode now. Have a great night. You too, Johnny. And thank you, Jesper. I will. Momo, thank you for the lovely commentary earlier. I really appreciate it. Nighters. Good night, Momo. Thank you for trusting me with your community in the raid. I really appreciate it. Your art is beautiful. But yeah, let's go say hi to Vivi. Vivi's art is delightful. I think y'all will really love her vibe. Vivi's pronouns are she, her, I believe. I will double check that just in case, because you never know. Sometimes people update them. I believe. Yes, she, her pronouns. Perfect. But yeah, let's go say hi to Vivi. She is a delight. Her models are gorgeous. Like, highly recommend checking out Vivi's models if you like very reactive, very cute models and ones that rotate well. She is delightful. She's also just a very kind person. So, is Vivi 18 plus? No, I don't believe Vivi is 18 plus. So we are good. Uh, oh yes, it is 18 plus. My mistake. It is in the rules. Vivi is an 18 plus streamer. So, minors, good night. Get some sleep. I will see y'all on Friday. You know? Okay, sorry. No worries. Thank you for asking. Sometimes I skim and miss it the first time. That's okay. All good. Miners, be gone! But I'll see you later. So, be good, be safe, you know? Please be safe on the internet. Please be safe on the internet. Don't tell people your age. Please don't interact with adults that are giving you bad vibes. But anyways, I will see y'all soon. Y'all take it easy. Rest up. I'll see you soon. Thank you for coming. Bye bye.